Everyone, thank you for joining us this morning for the webinar Knovel E-books Training session organized by PTTA Library and Elsevier. And I'm Hanafi Kasim, Senior Librarian Assistant at Tunku Tun Aminah Library, UTHM, and I will be the MC today. So, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, and very good morning to all participants. So, I would like to welcome to our presenter, Mr. Vinesh Rajan. He's the Senior Sales Manager, Oceania, Southeast Asia, and South Asia for STEM Technical Information, Elsevier. And how are you today, Mr. Vinesh?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for the introduction.
Okay, man. Okay, so today Mr. Vinesh will present the topic Revolutionizing STEM Education and Research, Unlocking the Potential of Knovel. So before we start, let me just share for those who still new and don't know how to access Knovel from PTTA website. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this is our portal of PTTA library website, and if you can see this at this main page, you can see the explore our resources. Then you click at this ebooks. Then you scroll down, you can see the Knovel logo here, and you just click at this explore more. Okay, so you need to log in using the easy proxy username and password. For staff, you can use your staff email ID or TCIS ID. And for students, you can use your SMAP account ID. Okay, let me show you mine. Okay, sorry, because it's already in. Okay, once you enter your ID, then you just straight away to this Knovel's website. Okay, then you can use this Knovel website. So okay, so all right, I'll come back to. Okay, okay, after. Okay, sorry. That's all for me for the introduction. So now it's time for me to pass the session to our presenter, Mr. Vinesh. You can begin now. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Hanafi. Thanks a lot for the introduction and also guiding the students on how to access the platform Knovel. So just before I start, I thought I'll give a quick introduction. I'm Vinesh, of course. I am based in Sydney, Australia. I look after the universities across the region, especially Australia, New Zealand, India, and Southeast Asia. And I interact with a lot of academic students and researchers, faculty, and help them with some of the platforms that I manage. One of them is Knovel that you have access to. So from that perspective, what I would like to essentially do today is take you through a quick presentation of few slides to give you an introduction of what Knovel is, what is the value of Knovel, how it can help you in your education as well as research oriented goals, and then take you to the platform and give you a refresher on what is the actual value of Knovel. It is much more beyond ebooks. As traditionally people think it is a ebook platform, but it's not. It's more than ebooks, and it's got a lot of interactive content. So that's the whole idea of the presentation today, is to guide you, to show you what exactly Novel can do in terms of helping you understand the platform and helping you with your education as well as applied research. So with that in mind, I'm just going to share my screen and also share the slide deck that I have ready for today. Can you please confirm if you're able to see my screen?
Yes, you can see it.
All right, so this is a quick presentation, a quick slide deck on how to gather trusted and reliable information to enhance STEM education and research. Now, all this while people were referring to Novel as an engineering platform. So it is a platform that really caters to the need of engineering students and researchers, but it is a bit beyond that. It targets or it addresses the needs of students and researchers from not just engineering, but from the sciences, technology kind of domain. So there is a lot of content on the Novel platform that can even help people in computer science, in earth science, environmental science, safety and industrial hygiene, food science. So those are the different type of areas that Novel can help both students as well as researchers. And hence, I would like to call it not just an engineering focused database, but more like a STEM database, STEM platform for supporting or enhancing education and research. Now, this is a quick slide that talks about the need for creative and trained engineers to drive innovation. Now, innovation is interdisciplinary. Nothing happens within a single discipline. So somebody who's studying mechanics, of course, needs to know the nuances of civil, chemistry, chemical, microelectronics to come up with some innovative idea or option. And that is going to grow as we progress in our kind of scope of innovation. So interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary content is the way forward for students and for researchers. Now, this is a quick slide that shows you where Novel can really help engineering or a STEM student from a life cycle perspective. First year is usually very basic physics, chemistry, calculus kind of topics. But when you come to the second year, that's where there are concepts, there are topics that you can find a lot of relevant stuff in the Novel platform, and it can go all the way up to your project work, capstone project, or your research related work. So what exactly is Novel? It's an invaluable tool for the formation of creative and practical engineers and helps drive innovation with its very interactive content. Now, you must be wondering that Novel is a platform that is used by only academic libraries. You may be surprised to know there are more than 400 different corporate organizations globally, from the energy, oil and gas, chemicals, manufacturing kind of sectors, that subscribe and use Novel as a platform for their R&D and engineering teams. It's a great testimony of the value of Novel in identifying and finding answers to practical problems. Apart from the corporate ones, we also have the likes of NASA, we have Boeing, BASF, and a lot of academic institutions across the globe that subscribes to Novel as a platform to help enhance the outcomes for the students and researchers in the STEM domain. Within Australia, we have more than 80% of the schools subscribing to Novel as a preferred platform. But this is just to give you a background on what the value of Novel is in terms of driving the trusted and reliable information. If you were to search for a topic like metal fatigue, a very engineering or STEM focused topic on a platform, on an open platform like Google, you will see a lot of results, more than 124 million results, a lot of quantity, but a lot of irrelevance, stuff like video games and that is not even relevant to STEM comes up in your search results, and users have to spend a lot of time sifting to the results and finding the right information. Now, this is a great example for me to cite in my presentation is, the practical use of trusted and reliable information. Now, this is a real life case from an engineer in Europe who was working on corrosion in stainless steel pipes for ionized water. Now, he collected some information from Google or some other platforms, and he put together some calculations and made some recommendations for the temperature, concentration, and pressure for the ionized water through stainless steel, and it led to a higher rate of corrosion and the rupture of the pipe. And this led to tens of thousands of dollars in losses and also reputational damage for the person who made that decision. Now, this is where the value of Knovel comes in. So Knovel is a platform that really helps students and researchers to able to find trusted, citable information that can really help you make decisions. Apart from content, apart from the ebook content that you may be aware of, there is a lot of data and data analysis that you can use on the platform and get value out of it. There is also options for you to share the content with students and also for faculties to create a collaborative framework within the Knovel platform. Now, this is just a quick depiction of the kind of information that a STEM student or researcher is usually after. You would think, books is enough. No, they need access to equations. They need access to calculations, access to graphs, access to tables, access to Excel sheets. That's the kind of environment a STEM student or a researcher is playing with. And that is what Knovel tries to bring together in a single platform. Now, I'm sure some of you may be knowing about this. Knovel is a platform that indexes content from more than 160 different publishers and societies. It is not an exclusive Elsevier platform. It has got content from Springer, Wiley, NACE, IET, SAE, ASTM, and all the major highly respected kind of trustworthy content sources from across the globe. So there is more than 160 different societies and publishers content that we index on the Knovel platform. Now, Knovel platform is not only just to search titles and books, but it is got a lot of value in terms of finding material properties, finding interactive tables and graphs. Now, when I talk to you about graphs, these are not static graphs. These are graphs on which you can plot your points, extract data, and use it for your analysis and comparison with experimental results. A feature that is extremely popular with the undergraduate students in engineering or STEM is, equation solver. More than 3,000 equations are indexed on the Knovel platform for students to discover, to solve, and to download it into their workflow. And this is where I want to highlight to you the 3 Ds of Knovel. The 3 Ds. The first D is to discover the trustworthy, reliable content. Second D is to get the data and insights from the content that you discover. And the third D is to download that data into your workflow. So completing your entire workflow, right from discovery content to finding the data and insights to downloading it into your workflow, which most of the times for you guys is always Excel sheet or kind of a printout that you can submit with your assignment. Knovel really helps the faculty to enhance and diversify the syllabus. Instead of just adding chapters and book titles, there is an option to add a lot of interactive content and make the learning extremely blended and enhance and diversify the syllabus for the students and keep them engaged and interested. There is also an option to save content in your My Knovel folder, wherein you can save and share the content with people you're working with or with your students or with the faculty and create a collaborative framework within the Knovel platform. So I'm going to stop here with my slide deck. Does anyone have any feedback or questions related to what I presented just now? All right, very quiet. So let me take you can access the Knovel platform, using the same process that Hanafi just highlighted some time ago. But if you are coming to the Knovel platform, you will be at app.knovel.com. The first thing you do when you are on this particular homepage of Knovel is to create your own username and password using your university login details. So use the same email address that you have for your academic institution. Create your individual username and password. This will help you use the additional features on the Knovel platform, like saving searches, like sharing your search, and also being able to access Knovel from wherever you are. So you don't need to be within the IP domain if you have created your own individual username and password. So this is the first thing I would encourage you to do, is create your own username and password. So this is what the homepage of Knovel looks like. What is Knovel? It is a STEM, I would like to call it STEM, data and technical references platform that helps you solve practical problems. So when you come to the platform Knovel, the first thing I would encourage you to do after you've created your login name and password is to search for concepts and keywords on the Knovel platform. Do not go looking for a particular title or a book. Come here and look for concepts or look for problems that needs to be addressed, solution and answers that need to be found. So that's the first thing you need to do. So for example, I am a student or a researcher working on the topic of enthalpy, just to keep it simple. So search for that topic: enthalpy, heat transfer, thermodynamics, corrosion, sensors, lasers. Choose the topic and search for the content. The first thing that you will see is on the left hand side, the various content types. So apart from the books and the chapters, which are pretty much like an ebook kind of an experience, you will see a lot of other content related to equations, graph, mathcad sheets, tables, regulatory information. So you can pretty much filter the result based on the type of content you're after. So there is very basic content like dictionary and encyclopedia, and advanced content like graphs and tables. You can also filter the results based on different concepts related to enthalpy. If you're after steam tables or exothermic concepts on enthalpy, you can use it to filter the results to show you content related to that particular concept. There is also an option to focus on any particular industry. For example, you are within the electronics, or you are in manufacturing or power and utilities. So you want to understand enthalpy related to food and beverages. You can filter the results based on the specific industry type. But for today, since we are doing a refresher, I would like to focus a bit on the interactive portion of the content. Let's begin with equations, a very popular feature in the Knovel kind of platform search. Now, when you do a search for equations, you can see there are 20 different results for the equations for enthalpy, different types of equations listed here. Now, what is interesting or important to realize is the fact that this is the first D that I was talking to you about, discovery of content. So you discover the content, discover the equation of enthalpy. You can click on that equation of enthalpy and it tells you exactly what is enthalpy equation. I'm just going to keep it very basic and simple for today so that you can get a grasp on what I'm trying to highlight in terms of interactive content. So when I click on the enthalpy equation, it shows me what is enthalpy. It's a thermodynamic property that equals the sum of internal energy and the flow work. The equation is listed here. The contributor or the reference is always there. Citation is always there. So this helps you build the trust and the reliability of the data or the content that you discover on the Knovel platform. So nothing is coming out of thin air. Everything that you find on the Knovel platform can be referenced, can be cited, it can be trusted, and it is extremely reliable content that can be reproduced. Now you are at this section where you have discovered the content, you know what the equation is. Let us go to the second. So if you click on that particular equation that you have discovered, it will take you to a separate page called as equation solver page. Here you will see the equations with some, values, variables, and units. Now here's where the magic happens. Now, based on the assignment that you have been assigned, you can change the numeric values, change the units, change the values. And as you do that, the value of the enthalpy gets calculated automatically, and you get your data, you get your insights, you get your answers. Once you have done it, you can go to the third portion of the D that I was referring to, download it into an Excel spreadsheet, image file, if you want to submit it as a part of your assignment or a project work. So these are the 3 Ds of Knovel. First, discover the content. Second, find your data, answers, insights. And third, download it into your workflow. So this is a very basic example of how Knovel can help you solve a lot of interactive equations. Now, if you look on the left-hand side panel, there is a section called equations. Go to equation home. And here you will discover all the different equations that is indexed in the Knovel platform. More than 3,500 or 4,000 equations are indexed at this point in time on the Knovel platform across different subject areas. You can see if you are a student in chemistry and chemical engineering, you can see all the different equations. There is also equations for mathematics. So algebra, algorithms, geometric equations, so binomial distribution and all that. There's also a lot of stuff for mechanics and mechanical engineering, thermodynamics, deformation. So civil engineering, 151 equations, strength of materials, geotech engineering, structural engineering. So I'm sure you'll find some of the other equation that is relevant and suitable to your line of study or research. So this is the first section that I wanted to really highlight, is the interactive equations and how interactive content on the Knovel platform really helps you not only just discover the content, but also find the right answers and also find stuff that can be downloaded into your workflow. Are we happy with that description, or is there any question or related to that particular topic of interactive equations? All right. The second thing that I would then like to highlight is graphs. You will find a lot of times you will come across graphs related to enthalpy, related to, equations or equation plotters. So these are the graphs that is available for the concept of enthalpy. Now you can see there are many different graphs coming from many different sources. You can see some from the different handbooks, Knovel critical tables. Yours handbook seems to be popular, Dipper project. So graphs come from various different resources. You can look at the various graphs. So these are all different equations related to enthalpy that is highlighted here for various different types of materials or substance. So I'm going to click on this particular graph or the equation plotter. So it opens up that particular equation or the graph related to that equation in a separate page, just like your interactive equation. So this is the equation for isobutane. It gives you the variation between the temperature and enthalpy of vaporization for isobutane. You are able to select the specific units for both the temperature and for both the enthalpy of vaporization. You can select significant digits that you want to look at, and then on that particular curve, you're able to plot your points to extract data or insights that is getting populated here. And once you have done that, you can then export this information into an Excel sheet or a JPEG format. Or if you think you want to submit this as a part of your assignment, you can just do it as a print sheet. You can see what the equation is, what the variables are, what is the data that you extracted for the value for enthalpy of vaporization at various temperatures. And you can also see the source of information. Now you can then compare these values with your experimental results and do certain type of what if analysis and be able to find those answers. I will also like to show you something more in terms of equations. For example, if I'm doing a search on a topic like corrosion, and here if I show you the graph, and this is the one that we just saw was an equation plotter, but here let us see a graph. So a graph from a textbook. Now, if you were to see this information in your PDF ebook, all you will see is that graph. If you want to get any data out of it, you will have to use a ruler to plot the points. But here you can see the effect of temperature on carbon dioxide corrosion. It is from the Standard Handbook of Petroleum and Natural Gas Engineering. X-axis is temperature, Y-axis is corrosion rate, and you can select your points, and then you can plot your own independent points on this graph area. So you can create your own curve on this particular graph. You can keep adding new curves and getting that data. And as you get that information, you can export it into an Excel sheet, JPEG, or a print sheet. So this is an interactive feature of Knovel that really highlights the capability of Knovel to find data and insights, just like we did for interactive equations. This is an interactive graph where you're able to find answers for practical engineering or STEM related problems. Any questions? All right, so I'll go to the third concept of heat transfer and show you the content that you're most aware of. So if you search for a content like heat transfer, there are 134 different books on heat transfer, full text books. There is no limitation on the number of times you come and search for a book. For example, this is a new book on two-phase heat transfer, and it is published. It's a book of electrical engineering and project administration. There is that information that is already there. It gives you a brief synopsis on what the book covers. You can go through this particular book chapter by chapter, full text without any restrictions at all. So each student, each user can go through this particular book, the chapters, the entire content in a full text format. You can download it into your laptop or your desktop. You can print it, create a citation that can be then exported to different sources. If you're using it for any research work, you can add a note. I can use note now. I'll come back to that. You can also share this particular book chapter with your students or with your colleagues or with your collaborators by just adding their email addresses and share it via email. You can save this particular chapter into your specific folder. So add this resource. The temporary glitch. So here you'll be able to see the folder that you want to save it to, and then you can save it to that particular folder. For example, I'm a faculty teaching heat transfer. I can create a folder called heat transfer, and then I can save it to that particular. Folder. So I'm going to show you how that works in a while. If you click on content, it will show you all the different chapters related to this particular book. You can look at the list view or you can look at the thumbnail what it offers and go through the whole book chapter by chapter. So this is the most kind of a basic use case of the Knovel platform, to look for book titles, look for chapters and full text conference proceedings within the Knovel platform that can be accessed in a full text manner. Now, if you come across any particular book that you really are interested to have access to in a full text format in your mobile phone or your reading device, you can click and say save to mobile. You can also save it to your folder. For example, when you do save, say, look here. So you can see the different folders. I'm just select the engineering folder and try to save this particular book into my engineering folder. Save to mobile. Now, what is save to mobile? So I'm going to click here on the browse section and show you what it is. So Knovel has a mobile app that you can download on your mobile phones, Android or Apple. And you can download individually up to 20 titles, 20 books, full text for offline reading in your mobile devices or reading devices. So for this, you need to be a registered user. So every registered user can download up to 20 books per month for offline reading onto their mobile phone or onto their reading devices. A great way to access full text content on your reading devices. And this is available only to the registered users of Knovel. So you need to register yourself here and use your same registration ID and password to download the books like I did. When I say save to mobile, it will automatically save to your reading device in your app. It's a great way to access that. So Knovel, if you click on the browse section on the left-hand side on Knovel, you will see the kind of different topics or subject areas that is available on the Knovel platform. And the reason why I was calling Knovel a STEM platform rather than just an engineering platform is precisely because of this reason. Here you will see a lot of subject areas around mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, chemistry, and chemical engineering. But apart from that, you will also see content around earth sciences, food science, environmental science, safety science, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, sustainability, software and hardware kind of engineering, that is computer science. So it is a platform that covers the needs of students and researchers across the entire STEM domain, not just engineering. So hence, I would like to call it a STEM platform. So if you click on any particular subject area that you currently subscribe to, you will be able to see all the content that is available on that platform. Under each, for example, mechanics and mechanical engineering, under that there are 1,200 titles, and you can look at different topics: machine design, strength materials, vibration, friction and wear, and all. See all the different types of around different topics that is indexed in this particular subject area. So this is like an index of content that is available on the Knovel platform. The other thing, the functionality that I would like to highlight to you is the material property search. On the top left-hand corner, property search, open material property search. Now, this is a great intuitive way, of discovering properties of materials for material action. Assuming you are a researcher or a student trying to understand the properties of titanium and its applications for various different purposes, you want to find some properties of titanium. So here you can just type the name of the substance or the formula or the CAS number, and it will show you the various properties that is available for that particular material. More than 30,000 materials and their 100+ properties can be found in a very intuitive and quick to search manner. So we are after titanium and some of its properties. You can see on the right hand side all the different properties that are listed: physical properties, mechanical properties. For example, I'm interested in the density of titanium. All you need to do is drag and drop the specific properties you're interested in. I'm interested in the Young's modulus of titanium. So let's see if that is available. Drag and drop the property and it will show you. So Young's modulus and density, and you can pretty much set some operators and see the results that is available there. Apart from that, you want to also find maybe specific gravity. So there are 4 tables where you can find all these different properties of titanium. Click on the results. It will show you different types of tables from different resources: Mechanical Engineer's Handbook, Titanium and Technical Guide. This is from MatWeb, Plastic Materials Data Sheets. So I'm just going to show you the first table and see what results it's able to tell us. Now we are able to see the material name titanium and all these different properties listed here. We're not interested in everything. We were interested in density. We were not interested in crystal structure. So you can pretty much look for the data that you are interested in and filter out the data that you are not interested in. Boiling point, no. So I'm interested in Young's modulus, of course. So you can pretty much play with it, and specific gravity is something that, so in a matter of clicks, you're able to find the specific information that you're interested in. And once you have done that, you can pretty much download it into a Excel or a PDF kind of format. Now, sometimes once you have seen the table, got your data, you also want to see what is the background text, background information to that particular table. So click on the view text and it shows information, introduction to the selection of titanium alloys and all the different tables and properties related to it. So that's the quick way of finding information, finding the material property of more than 30,000 material using the material property search. Now, all that information that I've just shown you, equations, graphs, property search, you can find introductory video and some examples on the homepage itself. So this is a section where you can see all your recent activity, and this is a page on specific use cases of Knovel, which I'm going to cover soon. So it helps you understand a particular topic and discover content on that particular topic on the Knovel platform. This is a new feature which is called Engineering Newsfeed. A lot of relevant industry news from various different societies and media houses. You can set your preferences if you're after a particular industry, particular topic, IEEE, or so this is from ASEE, Higher Education Drive, IEEE. If you're after certain specific publishers of information, you can choose it and you will get a weekly or a fortnightly feed of equation, and you can also see your feed on the homepage. All right. Now I'll take you to some of the other exciting features of Knovel. If you click on the browse section, you've seen the technical references and the mobile app data. Click on tools and content. Now this is where all the functionalities, all the stuff that I have spoken to you about is highlighted. So all the tools, content, and functionality. So you can see there is a browser plugin, there is a mobile app, unit converter, material property search, all that is highlighted. These content types of Knovel like the property table, graphs, equations. Now, this is something that I would really highlight to not just the students, researchers, and faculty, but also to the library to be able to use and understand the various use cases of Knovel for different applications. Now, here's are a lot of different overview pages. For example, I am a student in artificial intelligence, machine learning, computer science, and I'm working on data science as a topic. I can click on this topic called making sense me to page where it talks to you about what are the key search terms for artificial intelligence and for data science. Sorry. It also tells you what is the trending research around this particular topic for artificial intelligence, machine learning, data mining, data science. And if you click on any particular topic, it will open up the results in the Knovel platform and show you the results for that particular topic. So machine learning, it will show you the results. So it's a great way. It's like a word map of all the related search terms to artificial intelligence. Here you can see all the different resources that has been added recently to the Knovel platform, from data science, Python, machine learning, data head, and all the related topics. So great way to summarize the kind of content that is available on a Knovel for a particular concept, for a particular area of study. So this was for machine learning, for artificial intelligence. Now, if there is somebody doing some stuff on batteries and advanced energy storage, this is the page that will really help them understand the top industry searches, trending research on this particular topic related to various types of battery storage. Materials critical to the energy industry, biofuels, batteries, and all the different topics related to batteries indexed in a single page. So it's a great way for library to highlight the specific areas, use cases of Knovel for various different applications. Now, if I click on this particular topic, materials critical to energy, so you can download that particular stuff and have a look at it. Now, if somebody is in the humanities kind of area, engineering ethics, there is a page that specifically talks about ethics in engineering innovation and a lot of different topics and videos on that particular topic coming from ASCE, TED Topics. A lot of video content on engineering ethics can be discovered on the Knovel platform. So that is something that I really like to highlight. A lot of stuff around net zero, sustainability, 3D printing, emergency response, wastewater management, and the related topics to various kind of STEM applications can be found in the engineering overviews page. So this is something that is really, really helpful for you to understand the scope of content and how Knovel can help you not just in your education kind of priorities, but also related to research and finding answers to specific questions. Any questions for me till now, please?
Okay, there's one question in the chat box.
Yes, please.
How many new titles added in Knovel every year?
So every year on the Knovel platform, we add up to 10% of new content minimum. So this year we have already added around 800 new titles on the Knovel platform. We partnered with A Press from Springer and added a lot of content related to artificial intelligence, computer science related topics. Currently, there are more than 12,000 full text titles on the Knovel platform across all the subject areas. So every year, our aim is to grow by at least 10% in terms of the content growth. Does that answer?
It answer the question for Nurul Elmi. Is it okay for Nurul Elmi?
Sorry, say that again, please.
Okay, so it answer the question for one rule. Okay, thank you, Mr. Vinesh. Okay, you can continue now.
Okay, absolutely. So other thing on the Novel platform on the left-hand side is more tools. Now here you can find out the periodic table, the mobile app, the widget, browser extension, some steam calculators, thermodynamic properties of water and steam. There is an introduction to that calculator. You can calculate steam and water properties. And this is all additional tools and functionalities that is available on the Novel platform. What I want to highlight to you is the collaboration and the framework for sharing content. So if you look at this section on the left-hand side, My Novel, go to My Novel, you will be able to see all your saved items, your activity, what you've been doing so far, and your profile information in terms of your password and your priorities and all that stuff. But this is an important section, my saved items. You can set your alerts and you can see what is saved to your mobile. But I told you, right? You can create your folders and save content to your folders. Now, engineering is a folder that we saved some of the content. So this content to engineering folder. Now, from this folder, what you can do is first thing, export it to your learning management system to create a reading list. So if you're using any of the learning management systems like Moodle, Blackboard, or Canvas, the faculty members can easily download the content from the Novel platform into the folder and share that folder directly to the learning management system using this particular functionality called for LMS. So this is a great way to add content and resources to the reading list and highlight this to the students. This can be referred to as a part of the topic. The other way to share is by clicking on this share button and then adding their email addresses. So you can add email addresses up to 5 users at a time. You can assign access to them, full or read-only access. So somebody you trust, somebody with, you give them full access. Somebody you just want them to see the content, you can just give them read-only access. So it is a very good way of sharing content with users, with your and being able to share the content seamlessly between users. So it's a great way. So My Novel is a way you can do that. The other thing I will highlight now is the support center. There is a support center available on the Novel platform itself. Click on the support center, training, and look for video tutorials. So here you will see everything that we have discussed today in a short format, the overview of how to search in Novel, what are the interactive equations, interactive graphs, steam calculators, and how to use them. So all these are short interactive videos that you can have a look at and just brush your knowledge about the Novel platform. So that is available on the platform itself. And if there is any other question related to Novel, any other access issues related to Novel, I am your point of contact. Just feel free to drop me a line, or the library is very much aware of who the people are, and you can just send us a quick email and we will help you fix it straight away. So this is my presentation today, a quick overview of what Novel is, and it's a quick refresher training on what Novel can do in terms of enhancing or driving the value in optimizing outcomes for STEM education and STEM research. So here you can see there is content that is not just aligned to engineering, but content that people in humanities, in environmental sciences, food sciences, textiles, pharmaceuticals, and other areas can use very confidently and get access to full text content from multiple different publishers on a single platform. The last thing I will highlight to you is subject areas like engineering, management, and leadership general engineering are some of the most highly used subject areas on the Knovel platform for the kind of content that is much beyond STEM, like leadership, negotiation skills, interactivity, personnel management, presentation kind of topics. Very interesting kind of content So this is my presentation for today on Knovel as a platform that can really help you with your STEM research and STEM education. A lot of interactive content. Remember the 3D of Knovel. First, discover the content. B, find the data, find the insights, do the data analysis, download it into your workflow like Excel sheet, JPEG, PDF, and get help or support for your entire life cycle. I'm happy to take any questions from anyone at this point in time related to Knovel or the presentation slide deck that I shared, or if you're interested in any particular type of example that you would like to see. Anyone? Was it too long, too boring?
Maybe they already understand, Mr. Vinesh.
I'm sorry, say that again. Sorry, Hanafi.
Maybe they already understand about the Knovel, maybe.
Oh, okay, fine. That's really impressive. I'm really happy. So I would like to really urge you to go and check out the features on the Knovel platform, the functionalities that is beyond just textbooks, beyond just ebooks. Look for the interactivities, look for the equation, for the graphs, for material property search. Try to use the interactive capabilities of the Knovel platform that really highlights the value of Knovel and sets it apart from any ebook platform. So we like to say that we don't have any competition in terms of any competitor who offers the similar kind of value in terms of activity, data, and insights. So I would really urge you to try it out and try out all the stuff that we've discussed today and presented today. All right, I'm sorry, there was a bit of a lag. That's the end of the presentation from me. Rafi. Anything else you would like me to help you with, please let me know.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Vinesh, for the great informative presentation. So we are grateful for the time and effort you took to share the information about Knovel for us with us at UTHM. And thank you everyone for attending today's webinar training. And I hope it will help you understand Knovel for your study research and projects. If you have any other question about Knovel after this webinar, please don't hesitate to send your question to our email at ptta@uthm.edu.my, so we can forward the question to Xavier for you, maybe, Mr. Vinesh.
Yes, of course.
Okay, and so and all for the all the participants, you are required to fill in the attendance form that I just shared in the chat box. And okay, before we end the session, can all the participants please put on the camera so that I can snapshot the screen for our records? Daniel? Okay, maybe you can off the share share screen disturbiness.
Yeah, I'm stopping it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. Okay then. Thank you so much. So on behalf of PTTA Library, UTHM, and Elsevier, I would like to thank you all for joining us today. And until we meet again in the next training, maybe next year, maybe. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Okay.
great rest of the day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.